Doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set, lights turned down, and room temperature is comfortable. Call Forrest today.
Stop what you're doing. If your SBS broadcast looks blurry on your laptop or desktop, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon at the bottom right of your screen. Then click on quality. Click on the highest quality that's available for you. And number 3, wait for your laptop to load and enjoy the broadcast. If your broadcast looks blurry on your phone or tablet, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon located at the top right of your screen. Number 2, click on advanced. And number 3, click on the highest quality available. If you're still having issues, type in the live chat. Thanks and enjoy the game.
A deal for me?
A deal for everyone!
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
which sets the Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions. With Richards Building Supply, get the personalized attention you deserve and need. Take advantage of incredible first-time user incentives. Gain discounted access to a host of our industry's most reputable marketing tools through a Roof Pro membership. And that's just the beginning. Don't believe us? Let us show you. IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hardworking people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Let's make back to school season this year easier for you and your whole family. Customize a scene on your Forest security app to ensure as you leave for the day that your doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set, lights turned down, and room temperature is comfortable. Call Forest today.
Why We've been right by your side for over 40 years with the Soccer.com advantage. Unmatched selection and expertise. Free shipping on footwear and the 30-day wear test. Save up to 10% on every purchase and join the millions of Gold Club members in the Soccer.com community with a Gold Club membership, the longest-running soccer rewards program in the U.S. Delivering the game since 1984. Shop Soccer.com.
They're my neighbors. Come on in, guys.
Bringing fans together. State Farm, official sponsor of Liga MX. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hardworking people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
A deal for me?
A deal for everyone!
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Some people see a dollar. Others see potential. That's because every dollar you invest today, buddy, with a little bit of patience, could be worth $36 in the future. Imagine the potential of all your dollars. The financial wellness app Acorns makes it so easy to save and invest. So download Acorns and give your money a chance to make a whole bunch of little money babies. Acorns, grow your oak.
Why We've been right by your side for over 40 years with the Soccer.com advantage. Unmatched selection and expertise. Free shipping on footwear and the 30-day wear test. Save up to 10% on every purchase and join the millions of Gold Club members in the Soccer.com community with a Gold Club membership, the longest-running soccer rewards program in the U.S. Delivering the game since 1984. Shop Soccer.com. Why Soccer.com? We've been right by your side for over 40 years with the Soccer.com advantage.
Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions. With Richards Building Supply, get the personalized attention you deserve and need. Take advantage of incredible first-time user incentives. Gain discounted access to a host of our industry's most reputable marketing tools through a Roof Pro membership. And that's just the beginning. Don't believe us? Let us show you. IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply.
A deal for me?
A deal for...
Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions. With Richards Building Supply, get the personalized attention you deserve and need. Take advantage of incredible first-time user incentives. Gain discounted access to a host of our industry's most reputable marketing tools through a Roof Pro membership. And that's just the beginning. Don't believe us? Let us show you. IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick game.
What fills your cup? Those things, big and small, that make each day rewarding. Here's what fills our cup at Educators Credit Union. When you walk in the lobby and see your favorite teller, cultivating financial literacy to build stronger communities. When we help you buy a home when you didn't think it was possible. The best part? Seeing you leave with a smile because we made a difference in your life. It fills our cup to see you succeed because we're more than a financial. We're people helping people. Educators Credit Union, achieving more together.
Some people see a dollar. Others see potential. That's because every dollar you invest today, buddy, with a little bit of patience, could be worth $36 in the future. Imagine the potential of all your dollars. The financial wellness app Acorns makes it so easy to save and invest. So download Acorns and give your money a chance to make a whole bunch of little money babies. Acorns, grow your oak.
When you start your paint project with Ace and our Extra Mile Promise, you'll never have to stop and run back to the hardware store. Because the Extra Mile Promise guarantees you'll get everything you need to paint in one trip or delivery is free.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My name is Megan Welch, and we are at Macushla Brewing Company. And the name Macushla is a Gaelic term of endearment. It means my love or my darling. The literal meaning is my pulse, but my husband always says he named it after our daughter Grace. We wanted a name with meaning behind it, and so it meant something to us. We started the whole process probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. It was a passion of my husband's, kind of a dream of his. He was a trader and a home brewer for many years, so he was ready for a career change. The first beer they brewed was called Trickle Up, and it was just a basic lager. Currently, right now, I like the Illuminator, the New England style. I like our sour with the strawberry Thai basil sour. That's my favorite. I think it's just a really small, inviting, warm environment with a lot of regulars. Everyone kind of seems to know one another. We have 5 bartenders, so it's kind of just a family environment. I mean, just working here, that was a goal of my husband's, for sure, from the very beginning, just to have it be a really happy place. It was his dream, and it's just a fun place to be. We built it from the ground up, you know, I'm proud of it. It was a lot of hard work. I knew nothing about running a business, nor did my husband. This is a whole new ballgame. If you're a craft beer drinker and into craft beer, we invite you to come by Macushla and check us out.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of our Focus Fridays. If you've missed any of our other episodes, be sure to check us out on YouTube and do not forget to subscribe. You can also visit our website at compmort.com. Thank you so much for watching.
My experience has been great. My son had come here first, and we had such a good experience that I brought my daughter back.
What I love about coming here is that as soon as I check in, it's like 5 seconds in, and they're like already calling me to the back. I do like the girls in the back. They're very nice, and they're fun to talk to.
When I first walk in, the welcome staff says hello to me, and I go up there to do the check-in, and then I can sit down if I want. There's charging ports, or I can go to the game room and play games in there.
I like how you can brush your teeth when you forget, and then after that you can play games.
When I get called, I go back and they do my braces. I can pick different colors, and you get Patilla points, which you can exchange for real-life rewards. I got a gift card for Amazon, and I'm saving up for another one, so that way I can go and buy some stuff for Disney World. And then I go and get hot chocolate, which they've got in the lobby, and then I'm done. I'm going to be starting my second phase of braces soon, and my teeth will be straight, and it's going to help me with my confidence.
I am looking forward to straighter, better teeth that I can enjoy and show off to people when I smile.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us.
Hi, what can I make fresh for you today?
It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us.
It's our pleasure.
Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Hi, I'm Pete Boltema. And I'm Andrew Boltema. For 35 years, Action Plumbing has been a trusted leader in new construction and remodel plumbing services. We've developed systems and standards that have surpassed our competitors in excellence and best-in-class service. Over the years, our business naturally developed into the service and repair market. With an ever-expanding customer base, we thought now was a perfect opportunity to present a fresh new look for Action Plumbing, to show people who we are, what we do, and how we can serve you best. Our service division is a leader in the industry because we work with integrity and put our customer first. We do not upsell our customers or suggest services not required. We're excited for our fresh new look because we think it really captures how we want our customers to feel. A sense of comfort knowing that our team will get the job done right. We take action, you get peace of mind.
Just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try.
All right, we're here at the Chicago Golf Show. This is the Shacks booth here. We've got merchandise for sale, 25% off all of our Shack merchandise. Vineyard Vines, we've got polos, t-shirts available. We're here, we're gonna raffle off a Stealth 2 driver along with lessons from our Director of Instruction. We've got all of our membership information. Please be sure to stop by our booth.
Every day, Union Concrete contractors are fueling a foundation that lets our city stand tall. They bring the tools, training, and know-how required to bring your commercial projects in on time and with the highest levels of safety. Visit concreteil.com today to browse Northern Illinois' top union contractors specializing in commercial concrete and find the contractors you need to get your job done right.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You'll know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome and exchange student-like community to your home and your family. For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Keep your promise. Coyote Logistics. Drive your business.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
Do you know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Hey Lady Bears, Indiana Fever Guard, Kelsey Mitchell here. And on behalf of the Nike family and myself, we want to tell you congratulations on all accomplished this year. On top of that, we got a little bit of a surprise for you. Unfortunately, I hate that I couldn't deliver, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you soon. Good luck, congratulations, and keep going.
How's it going, everybody? Kyle Smith alongside Anthony Collada. It's some high school football. De La Salle Institute against Benet Academy. It is 7:53 p.m., which means it's about some time for some high school football. De La Salle Institute, I'd love to see them back on the field, Anthony. They had to cancel last season's football campaign because of lack of numbers. The numbers are still low tonight for De La Salle, but they're back playing football, trying to get their first points of the season as they struggle their first two games of this campaign.
Yeah, Kyle, definitely a story coming into this one for De La Salle. We've got a lot of underclassmen on the roster after the fourth mid-season last year. But speaking with running back like Zach Woodbury, and getting the feel around the team is that they take it to pride to kind of revitalize this football program and to be able to come back out here, put the pads on for their high school. So despite not being able to put the ball in the end zone quite yet these first 2 weeks, definitely a proud football program over on that side.
Here are the keys to victory, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. For Benet to win tonight, it's up to Ben Clevenger, the senior quarterback, safety turned QB. Baki graduated last year. And for De La Salle, get ahead, stay ahead, right? Keep the pressure on Benet, keep this a low-scoring affair, and try to keep it within striking distance as we enter the fourth quarter.
Yeah, as you mentioned with Benet here and their quarterback Clevenger, big athlete at 6'1". He's also a pitcher in baseball, so look for him to get out of the pocket, utilize his legs, and look for him to throw on the run. Being a pitcher, baseball player, you got some of those different arm angles that allow you to roll out, create some move the pocket, create some open receivers down the field, and be able to throw that thing down there.
Look, it's been a struggle for De La Salle, but this is kind of a rebuilding year for them. I hate to make the analogy to Marshall, but all those years ago when Marshall had that unfortunate plane accident, they had to start from scratch. Not the same, but they're also kind of starting from scratch. Had to cancel last season for the 2024 campaign. And for De La Salle, starting fresh and get the touchdown, maybe get a 7-0 lead, anything can happen from there.
Yeah, and it's really about sticking to the process for this De La Salle team. Head coach Harold Blackman, who played 4 years at Northwestern, and then was drafted by the Seahawks. Brings a professional mindset to this team that they're going to win humbly and they're going to lose graciously. That it's about building up their program. He mentioned the 3 pillars: character, academics, and athletics. So the focus is on those 3 things, and when everyone can do their job, come together as a unit, things could come together for this De La Salle football team.
National anthem coming up next. We're going to take a break. It's De La Salle Institute against Benet Academy here at Benedictine University Stadium.
We give you all honor and glory in the spirit of competition, sportsmanship, and respect. Players, officials, and fans. We ask all of this through Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns in unity with you and the Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever. Amen. St. Benedict, Scholastica, pray for us. Amen. At this time, the band will play the national anthem.
Yeah, we're on Nat Sound.
All rise and face the flag.
Is this camera microphone? This is Nat Sound. Great. Well, Anthony, if that doesn't get you ready for high school football, nothing will. The Benet Academy Red Wings, as it's shown on camera, right underneath the south end zone and their field goal post. And a nice tradition they have at Benet. Usually you see them run through the banner. At Benet, what they like to do, they like to have cheerleaders on both sides, and they run through the cheerleaders. It's a nice tradition they have at Benedictine Stadium.
Yeah, nice little fan tunnel there. We used to do that in youth football. That was always fun. These kids, at least they're big enough to run through the paper.
Right.
When we were younger, we used to hit at that paper and kids would fall over. It'd be a whole dog pile out on the field, just not a good way to start the game. So as long as this could be a clean run through, we're going to be off to a good start.
It's unique. I like it because usually you have the tunnel, right? They run out of the tunnel, then they run through the paper. This is they go from the field goal post with the cheerleaders on both sides and run through the paper. It's a nice tradition they have here at Benedictine Stadium. Waiting on who won the coin flip. Regardless, for De La Salle, they just want to get a lead and stay ahead. Coming from behind those 2 weeks where they didn't score a single point, getting dominated in both of those contests. You start fresh. PJ Fleck says it best. You go 1-0 every week. You can't think about 0-2, Anthony. You just got to go 1-0 this week if you're the Meteors.
Yeah, for sure, Kyle. And the biggest thing for De La Salle is going to be controlling the run and controlling the clock, controlling that line of scrimmage, because we've seen that there's been times throughout the season that Bennett's been gashed for some big plays. So if you can continue to wear them down, control the line of scrimmage, and hold the ball, you're bound to maybe break one out on this Benet team. And, you know, once that happens, momentum can shift just like that, and anything can happen. So you're right, Kyle, keeping it a low-scoring game, control the ball, control the clock, you know, you'll put yourself in the best position to win.
We got a late start as the sophomore game. That was a fun one. We thought it was going to be a dominating affair between the Red Wings and the Meteors, but the Meteors took the Red Wings all the way to the finish inside the red zone and almost scored to beat Benet. They were actually up 22-14 in that game, and Benet scored 9 unanswered points in the sophomore game. I don't know if we're going to see the same thing from the varsity contest, but you know what? An extra 30 minutes of rest for this varsity squad for De La Salle. Any given Sunday, in this case, maybe any given Friday.
Well, and I got to say, Kyle, in warm-ups, we were even discussing that it only looked like De La Salle had maybe 30 kids suited up, but now looking over at the bench, it looks like there's maybe a couple more over there. So they did give us the freshman roster. There might be a couple freshmen finding their way into this varsity game as well.
So Benet finally goes through the tunnel. Depth chart, advantage Benet. Record, advantage Benet. But we'll find out what happens for Game 3 of this 9-week schedule in the IHSA. We'll take a quick break. Kickoff coming up next here between the Red Wings and the Meteors here on SBS.
Let's make back-to-school season this year easier for you and your whole family. Customize a scene on your Forest security app to ensure as you leave for the day that your doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set, lights turned down, and room temperature is comfortable. Call Forest today.
Kyle Smith alongside Anthony Collada. Kickoff about to start here. Benet Academy will receive to start this one. A low depth chart tonight for De La Salle, as you would expect. With those low numbers coming into the season, and they had that season last year canceled due to low numbers. But here we go, high school football. We have more than a half-hour delay.
We made it, Kyle. We're here. Just about to get underway finally. But going back to your point real quick about the smaller roster, it's maybe not going to lurk its head early in the first half, but once you get to the second half, especially with that spread offense that Benet runs, you're going to start to see them wear down.
Not only do they run the spread, Anthony, but it's a no huddle they like to run when they're in rhythm. Low depth chart, low numbers for De La Salle. Conditioning is going to be key. Now, De La Salle, they have a good soccer program. It's possible they brought up some of the soccer kids to double roster. We'll let you know later on in the telecast, but here we go. Kickoff at the 40-yard line, and it's a pretty good one. Returned at the 20-yard line. Diamede past the 35, past the 50. Diamede inside of enemy territory, inside the 40. Excellent start for Benet and for De La Salle, possibly. Here we go again.
Yeah, could be a sign of things to come here with the opening kickoff. Almost sprung that one. Had one guy to beat. But real quick on the kicker for De La Salle, that was Damon Reed. So one of the freshmen already making an appearance here. But yeah, just missed it there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Wings. Ball spotted right at the 40. And a nice return for Benet to start the game. Got to be careful if you're De La Salle. Don't want to over-pursue on the kickoffs. This will be a direct run for Clevenger. He's got time to run inside the 35, near the 30.
Some patient running there by the quarterback.
Yeah, he's according to one of the scouts for Benet, a little bit more of an athlete than Kubaki last year. And, of course, Kubaki broke 5 school records as he played QB from his sophomore through his senior year. Clevenger, the former safety, converted to quarterback. Good start for Benet as they have the ball inside the 35-yard line, close to the first down. Clean backfield, 5 wide receiver set. Clevenger here's the screen pass, and they'll get the first down and more.
Yeah, Luke Crowder there on the screen. That's something that they like to do a lot, Bennett's offense, is get the ball out of their hands quickly in the short screen game, get those wide receivers out in front blocking, and get their talented speed guys out in space.
So 1st and 10 for Benet as they're driving on their opening drive of the game. Handoff to Salvino, gets to the right, kind of stumbled before he was taken down. He gets inside the 25. And for De La Salle, Mr. Collada, just keep him to a field goal if you can. Try to avoid giving up 6 here.
Yeah, you've made a couple stops there on the run on first down, medium gain of only 4. Now a stop here can set up a long 3rd down.
Handoff off the left side. Didn't get much. The first down marker is just past the 18. The way this offense is rolling, partner, they're probably going to go for it on 4th down.
I would expect so. We did see the kicker. He does have a decent leg, but you might want to get ahead early.
Clevenger with time to the right sideline. Put some heat on that ball, the relief pitcher for the Red Wings. 1st and 10 and more for the Red Wings, but a good look that time from De La Salle's defense.
It was, yeah, and going to the wide side of the field there for Clevenger. That corner over there for De La Salle, quick, half a step quicker, and he might be able to get to that ball, and there's open field in front of him. So a good stop, but they did get the first down.
Yeah, it was good coverage that time from De La Salle's number 14. As no huddle look from Benet. That was the scouting report. No huddle spread offense. They like to run. 2 returning wide receivers, including Luke Doyle, who's now in motion. As it's a handoff up the middle. And some good yardage gain for the Red Wings inside the 10-yard line. Trying to keep them out of the end zone, partner, but you got to get penetration up front. Otherwise, the Red Wings are going to gas you all night with that running game.
Yeah, Joe Salvino, he's a big back. He runs really hard. He's got that low pad level. It's going to take multiple defenders every single play to bring him down. With the holes that he's getting, he's not even being touched until about 3 yards. So going to need some penetration from the D-line of De La Salle.
Had trouble getting that handoff off, but good job of getting it off by Clevenger and not fumbling the football.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a read option, and Clevenger held that as long as he possibly could until it was just kind of take your medicine and go down there.
So it's 3rd and 1, ball on the 7.
See, Kyle, they run a no huddle, but it's not really your up-tempo, fast-paced no huddle. They kind of sit there, they get the call from the sideline, they line up, and they take their time.
One in the backfield, might be a QB sneak for Clevenger. Nice read on the read option by the Meteors. Lost a yard, 4th and short. Partner, you got to go for it.
Yeah, you do. That's a big play by Curtis Harrison. 6'2", 270 on the D-line there, making the stop, setting up a big 4th down, 4th and 1.
So they gave him the benefit of the doubt, Anthony. I thought he lost a yard, so it's 4th and a very long one. What do you want to do here? Tush push, an option play? What do you think?
Well, they stay in the shotgun, so you're not going to have a tush-push situation here, but I think you've got to go with your big athlete in Clevenger right up the middle.
Clevenger's going to roll to the right. He's got some space, dives, and he got the first down.
Yeah, so he rolled out to look like maybe a pass option, but, you know, he always had run on his mind, rolling out to the left there, only needing 1 yard.
Right, because if you were going to pitch it, one would think you would go to the right because it's an easier pitch to your right as a right-handed guy than your left. Anyways, it's going to be a first down for the Red Wings.
Benet moving the ball with ease on this drive. Clevenger keeps that one, and he's into the end zone, breaking a couple of tackles, and Benet is on the clock, or on the board first in this one.
Nice drive that time by the Red Wings. They got inside the 5-yard line, then they had their quarterback do the rest of the work.
And that, Kyle, was what I thought was coming on the 4th down play. They saved it for the 1st and goal, and Clevenger punched that one in. That's about exactly the start that Bennett's offense was looking for after the good return.
So 6-0 lead for the Red Wings.
Kicking for Benet Academy is Michael Conway.
Yeah, he had 3 field goals in that win for them against Hillcrest. Well, for De La Salle, they made him earn it, right? It didn't take 2 plays. It took 5 or more, which is what De La Salle wants on defense, give their offense a little bit of a rest. Kick from Conway, straight through the uprights, and it's good. It's 7-0 Benet. We'll take a break here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Let's make back-to-school season this year easier for you and your whole family. Customize a scene on your Forest Security app to ensure as you leave for the day that your doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set, lights turned down, and room temperature is comfortable. Call Forest today.
Nice opening drive for Benet as they kick off to De La Salle. Let's see what the Meteors can do on their first drive on offense.
Yeah, it was a good drive, Kyle, for Bennett's offense. Nice and easy. They didn't have to break into anything too difficult. It was just 1 short 4th down that they converted, moving the ball with ease. De La Salle is going to look to answer here with a big kickoff return.
Conway to kick. 2 men deep for the Meteors at the goal line. This will be returned near the 10-yard line. Out to the left as the starting quarterback for Vincent Miller gets it close to the 20. And it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up for the Meteors.
C.J. Marshall, the return man on that one, a little gimpy walking off the field there. So that'll be worth noting, especially for a short-handed De La Salle roster already.
Got a long way to go, Parter, but you can't think about that if you're the Meteors. It's not about getting 80 yards. It's about getting 10 or 15 yards every single set of downs.
Control the clock and move the ball is going to be the goal for De La Salle's offense here.
Keep it simple, right? KISS. 2 in the backfield, a pistol look.
Going to the sideline for an audible, it looks like, on the first play.
Possibly, or not really a hard count, but bad snap. Handoff up the middle. Not the best start for the Meteors. Lost yardage, 2nd and long coming up for De La Salle.
Yeah, tough D-line here for Benet Academy. Going to make it tough for the running back Woodbury to find some running lanes, but they rely on him a lot. Had over 10 carries in their matchup last week, even in a big 50-plus deficit. They like having that tight end, fullback, wing player as an extra blocker.
Gained a yard on that. Really friendly spot. 2nd and 9 for the Meteors, 2 in the backfield. Hard count by Vincent Miller. Benet doesn't go offside. High ball. Maybe a lack of communication there between the quarterback and his wide receiver.
Yeah, I think so. The quarterback, Vincent Miller, there went to throw what looked like a fade, and he had his receiver on a slant route. So that is in the scouting report, though, that Bennett's outside corners can be beat deep and on the outside. Looked like they were trying for it there.
3rd and 9, partner. What do you want to do here?
I mean, I think you have to throw the ball if you're De La Salle. After being stopped, which they actually took a yard from him on that first down play. So 3rd and 11, I think you have to put this one in the air. You got single coverage to the top.
Vincent Miller with time. Ball up for grabs. Underthrown ball. Did he come down with it? Nope, incomplete.
And that's where they were going, Kyle, and you know it was there for him. That's one of those ones in the NFL that underthrown ball you might get a PI, but not here in this high school football. So that'll bring up 4th and 11.
They have 4th and 9 on the jumbotron. Is the jumbotron wrong, Anthony?
Well, you look at the sticks and they've got the ball marker behind the.
Yeah. You had one job, jumbotron guy.
He's throwing you
guys.
off.
It says 4th and 9 on the jumbotron. So if you're wondering why Anthony's saying 11, I'm saying 9 because it says 9 on the jumbotron.
They are lined up to punt here. Definitely the right decision at the 20.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was a fake, just trying to get the momentum back, but probably going to punt it.
I'd agree with you if they were maybe at the 35.
Yeah.
You can't afford to go down 14-0 and give them the ball at the 20 like that.
I saw it a couple years ago. I forget who it was. It was either Nick Saban or Dabo Swinney who did it inside his own 25. But I think they were winning when he did it.
False start even backs him up 5 more yards.
Punt.
You're definitely punting now.
4th and 14.
It's just one of those things. Either you're a genius if it works or, you're the most criticized guy if it doesn't.
4th and 14 or 16, however you want to slice it, right? 4th and 14 as it looks on the jumbotron. Taking forever to punt that ball. And Bennett's wisely just going to yell out poison. If he had tried to get it, Anthony, he might have fumbled it on the return.
Yeah, football is not going to give you as true of a roll as a baseball might. So, yeah, definitely good. They got a friendly roll there for De La Salle. So was able to get him across the 50, but almost blocked.
Yeah, partner, it's got to be catch punt. It can't be catch, take my time, kick. No. You got to do catch punt. Now, if you want to do rugby-style punt, you have time to do catch, roll out, take my time, and punt. But when you do straight punt, it's just got to be catch and punt.
Yeah, it looked like he took a couple extra steps, maybe to try to get a little extra power, a few more yards on that kick, and it almost cost him. But nonetheless, Benet takes over.
As a punter, too, you got to know if it's max protect or regular protect on your punt coverage or your punt blocking. Little screen pass to the right. Doyle's going to get the 1st and more down the sideline, inside the 20.
Yeah, and there's Luke Doyle. That's one of their best athletes on their offense. You could see, just give him the ball on the screen pass and let him work. They got the one lead blocker out in front, and they let him do the rest.
It's Diamede on the block. Would have been a touchdown.
Saved by Amari Brown there on the tackle. Shoved him out of bounds.
5'7" defensive back, went to Sutherland Elementary School. And a friendly spot for De La Salle. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 25. 25 yards away from making it 14-0. One in motion for the Red Wings. As a handoff off the left side. Gets
good penetration there from the D-line. That was Remy Edwards again on the tackle. So he's been in on a couple of run plays already for De La Salle's defense. Remy Edwards, 6'4", 220. So definitely looking for him to be their middle plugger against the running back, Joe Salvino.
2nd and 8. They're going to spot the ball at the 23. One in the backfield. Now Doyle in motion. as they fake the jet sweep to him, but well read by the Meteors. And Parter, they're going to have to be a little bit cuter than this read option because De La Salle has that read option read most of the night thus far.
They have so far. That was great discipline by the right side of the De La Salle defense, left side depending on the offense is right. Great play. He stuck to his coverage, stuck to the outside. You have to understand, quarterback's not my job. My job is the option man.
Actually, if they had stuck with the jet sweep, it looked like Doyle might have been able to get to the edge. So possibly the wrong read by Clevenger. Other than that, he's been excellent thus far. 3rd and 6. Over to the right, underthrown ball by Clevenger. Conway's got a boot. Anthony, probably kick it here, right?
I'm thinking so. I think you kick it. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication on that route as well between the quarterback and the receiver. You see the quarterback kind of threw that one to the sticks. The receiver ran that couple extra yards. You know, you're looking on 3rd down to try to pick up that 1st down. You know, maybe a couple yard difference there led to the incompletion, and they are going to bring out their kicker.
Yeah, Michael Conway. Ben Albert, the intended target, number 18 for Benet. 4th and 6 to the 21, so it'll be a 38-yard attempt. We saw Conway in warm-ups. He was great. He could kick 50-plus yarders tonight with the wind.
Yeah, his extra point booted up onto the hill as well, so definitely has the leg.
Looking to make it a 2-score lead. Pretty good snap. The hold is there. The kick.
Got it.
Straight through the uprights. Good as gold from Conway. Good from 38 yards. We'll take a break. It's 10-0 Benet here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's
Kickoff coming up here on Sports Broadcast Solutions. 10-0 lead early on here for the Red Wings. Conway will kick from his own 40. That's going to be returned at the 5-yard line. Vincent Miller to return. Past the 20, near the 25. Pretty good field position to start for the Meteors on this drive. Score still within reach to come back here, partner. They didn't give up 2 touchdowns, just a touchdown and a field goal. But you got to put points on the board to put the pressure back on the Red Wings.
Yeah, right now, if you're De La Salle's offense, you know, maybe your focus, especially being behind the 25-yard line, isn't necessarily so much a touchdown, but move the sticks. You know, keep your defense off the field a little bit, give them some time to breathe, and try to take back some of the momentum here in this first quarter.
1st and 10, ball on their own 24. As they're going with the same set here. Pistol formation. Another ball up for grabs. That's going to be picked off. Pretty easy pick that time for John Erickson. And Parter, was that a design play or just a lack of communication between quarterback and receiver?
You know, it didn't look like there was a whole lot going on there to begin with. The receiver kind of got bunched up at the line, started to run his route inside a little bit, and he wasn't able to get outside. And Vincent Miller kind of overthrew that ball. Safety Erickson was right there to pick that one off.
Looked like they were going for a fly route, but a little bit of a late push from Doyle. I don't think it was holding or illegal contact. It was a really late one. Regardless, it's an interception against Vincent Miller. Erickson with the pick, and Benet has a chance to make it a 3-score lead here if they get a touchdown.
Yeah, the receiver Bigham kind of ran a little bit of a slant route instead of a fade. Kind of saw that on the first drive on the other side of the field as well. But yeah, now Bennett's offense set up, and this is exactly what they need. They've struggled in the first 2 games. They can go up big here.
Clevenger with time, still in the pocket, gonna go deep with it down the middle, completed inside the 15. Clevenger.
A huge play to Ben Albert down the seam there. He also had a wheel route down the sideline, wide open on that play. Clevenger floating that ball right over the safety's head. Sets Bennett's offense up big, and now they're moving quick.
Clevenger will run with it himself. He's got room up the middle. Touchdown, Clevenger. Touchdown, Red Wings. 16-0 Benet. And a dreadful start thus far for the Meteors.
And that sure happened fast there, partner. Little fake screen. They beat him outside on the screen pass a couple of times. They fake this one. It opens up the left side for Clevenger, and the easy walk-in touchdown.
Was that a little over pursuit that time by De La Salle's defense?
It was, and you got to look back to the previous drive when they hit Doyle on the screen pass down that right sideline. The defense, a little gun-shy to that play again, over pursued, left Clevenger wide open.
Conway looking for his 5th point of the night. 2-play drive for the Red Wings. Snap is there, the hold, the kick, straight through the uprights. 17-0 Benet will stick with the action. 3-score lead for the Red Wings. Now for De La Salle, they have struggled. We've talked about it coming into this telecast. Obviously, you want to win the game, Anthony, but you got to go back to the basics. Get first downs. Avoid turnovers. Yeah, you want to score 17 points, but you can't do it on one play. Try to put 3 or 6 on the board on this drive.
Yeah, looking for a little bit more creativity out of the offense. The only pass plays have been a couple overthrows on some fade routes down the sideline. You know, maybe mix in a couple of motions, some screen passes, something to throw off the timing of this defense from just pinning their ears back and coming to get you.
Will Benet do something crazy here, like an onside kick to try to steal a possession away from the Meteors?
But I go back to the point I made before the deep ball that Bennett's offense, this was exactly what they were looking for. They struggled, averaged over 300 yards last season. This year, under 200. So facing an opponent like De La Salle is kind of something that Benet needed to get themselves going.
They were up 7-0 last week, but then gave up 41 unanswered to Glenbard North. Struggled offensively in that game against Hillcrest. They won 18-8, but 2 of those points came off a safety. That game against Hillcrest was here at Benedictine. Right now rolling, granted, it's a 17-0 lead against De La Salle. As the kick is up, and it's going to be returned at the 6-yard line. Gets outside. And a nice return that time.
Yeah, that was C.J. Marshall, but there is a flag, and I'm thinking it's going to come back, Kyle.
Anytime, like, you have that much time to get to the outside because he ran behind a blocker and then got to the outside.
It's pretty clear, though, that Marshall is their primary return man, as he actually stepped in front of Woodbury, who was almost camped under that ball. Talking with the coach of De La Salle now to explain the call.
The 4-year starter at Northwestern. Never easy when you have to start the program from scratch, right? It's not just numbers. You got to get the offense in rhythm. You got to get the defense in rhythm. Training camp, off-season workouts, mini camp.
Yeah, he was here last year when the team had to forfeit the remainder of their season, the last 6 games. But stuck with it and managed to bring the team back and find enough players. Now looking for them to give him a little something back and get a first down and maybe some points on the board.
Same look. It's like you talked about, Anthony. I'd like for them to change the looks in the backfield. They've gone with this look the entire night thus far. Not a great snap. Able to get out to the outside, as it was an excellent run that time by Woodbury, the 5'10" linebacker / running back.
Yeah, another rolled snap. You're just not able to get the handoff in time and quick enough to be able to allow your blocking to create that hole, because these holes don't last very long. That rolled snap is the difference.
It's just everything's got to be in rhythm. Football's such a rhythm sport. Bad snap, you've got to readjust as a quarterback. Sometimes you have to take it yourself because you don't have enough time to get it to the running back before the DN or the D tackle comes at you.
I do believe Vincent Miller was our starter, but now Arian Golden at quarterback.
Yeah, it wasn't a great throw by Vincent Miller. There was another time earlier in the game he could have thrown his second pick, but I think it's also the practice time has been limited for these guys. Trying to get the numbers back was a problem where other teams were practicing. De La Salle was consistently recruiting to get the players back. So they've just been behind the 8 ball most of the offseason. All you got to do, though, you put 7 on the board, and if you're a Benet Red Wing, this game is psychological just as much as physiological. If you put 7 on the board, Bennett's going to think a little bit of what happened last week at Glenbard North.
Exactly. There is still plenty of time, just still in the first quarter.
Got a block, though, as good pursuit that time by the Red Wings was a handoff to Thornton. Played his grade school ball at Children of Peace. Punt formation out for the Meteors. It's at a decent spot if you want to do a fake, but I think they're just going to punt.
Yeah, that was their running back again, Zach Woodbury. They keep going to him, but Bennett's defensive line is up to the task so far. Led that time by Charles Ingolia. And another punt from De La Salle. You are a little bit closer to the 30, and it's a little bit shorter down in distance. Maybe now's your time for your fake, Kyle.
You got to try to steal some possessions because you've lost 3 possessions by the points you've given up on the board. Right now it's a max protect if they want to do the punt. Good snap. Low kick. Right into the hands of the returner and Doyle, who will take it down the left sideline. And Doyle will get out of bounds. And they're going to spot him inside the 30. And easy field position right here for Benet to put this one away.
Yeah, very low punt there. Doesn't give the coverage team a lot of time to get down the field. That one hop from Doyle, and he had room around the left side. So sets Bennett's offense up again. They look to put up a 4th score in this first quarter, Kyle.
Inside the 30. You hate to say and use the phrase a get-right game for Benet. At the same time, you saw what De La Salle didn't do the first 2 weeks. Over the middle, one-on-one coverage. Doyle comes back for the ball.
And
no
great
flag
play.
Yet. I like the no call there, Anthony.
Oh, great play by the defender. That ball was in Doyle's hands, and it was knocked away at the last second to save the touchdown there. Do believe that was Taylor Finley on the coverage there.
Over the middle, you look at it one more time.
In the hands and knocked out. A great play.
Finley, number 3 on the play, knocked it away, no flag. Benet will try it again. Clevenger gets to the right, he'll run with it himself. Clevenger inside the 20, inside the 10, eyes the goal line. Touchdown, Clevenger, 28 yards. This guy's rolling right now at the signal caller position.
Yeah, huge hole along the right side. They had the wide side of the field and trips to that side. Whole defense over pursued a little bit on the play action, and that left the whole room on the right side for Clevenger to get in for his second touchdown.
$23-0 Benet. That might have been the dagger. I don't know if De La Salle has enough offensively to score 4 touchdowns tonight. Not only do they score, but a QB sneak. It's almost like you scored 2 touchdowns when the quarterback runs past your defensive backs. Kick is straight through the uprights, 24-0 Benet, as we go to break here on Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Let's make back to school season this year easier for you and your whole family. Customize a scene on your Forest Security app to ensure as you leave for the day that your doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set. Lights
Nice touchdown that time from Benet to make it 24-0. What a start for the Red Wings. You almost expected it, looking at what De La Salle was not able to do the last couple of weeks. And it was actually an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Meteors, so it would actually be a kick inside of De La Salle territory.
Yeah, and that's starting to have frustrations boil over a little bit for De La Salle. You know, you haven't scored a touchdown. You've let up almost 100 points in the first 2 games and now find yourself down 24. You pick up an unsportsmanlike penalty. It's just frustrating right now for the De La Salle football team.
You know, Parter, because they were inside enemy territory, would you have considered an onside kick there knowing you're up 24 points, try to steal a possession? And the sooner that you're beating them up, the sooner you can put the backup in there and save Clevenger for next week, not show as much on tape for your next week's game?
Yeah, I suppose that's a way you could have went. I don't think you really need to steal a possession here in this game.
No,
though.
You're up by 4 possessions.
Your defense has kept them from getting a first down even, so I really don't think there's a need to steal any possessions in this one, just kind of naturally.
Right, see if they can get first downs before you start getting a little bit cuter on special teams.
And here, that onside kick is maybe something you want to hold for a game when you actually need it.
Yeah. Hard count by Gold up the middle. Still on his feet. That's an excellent run that time from Thornton.
Woodbury, that's some tough running from their running back Woodbury. But something that I think I want to see coming out of this De La Salle offense is moving their fullback tight end Remy Williams up behind the tackle and guard. Right now he's playing more next to the quarterback. In previous weeks, they had him up there. This is going to allow you to be a little bit more pass protection and allow you to throw the ball down the field a little bit more. With him in the backfield, it's more of a power run game.
Under 50 seconds to go. 2nd and 4 at the 26. Handoff off the A-gap. Good pursuit and penetration by the Red Wings. It'll be 3rd and long. What do you want to do here on 3rd and long?
I mean, I think you have to throw the ball. I mean, your running back Woodbury had to break 3 or 4 tackles to pick up 4 or 5 yards on that first down. Nothing there on 2nd. I think you have to put this one in the air. Maybe something a little quicker, though, instead of just throwing it down the sideline.
Way to get your athletic quarterback out of space, even to make a man miss.
I think you absolutely have to. Give the defense as many different things that they have to look at and take into account.
Time. The jet sweep almost fumbled it, but they're going to lose yards regardless. Almost a triple team tackle. That'll do it for the quarter. Kind of the definition of things going wrong for De La Salle. It'll be 4th and long coming up for the Meteors when we come back. 2nd quarter of action coming up next here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Now this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Gotta be quicker. On your toes, on your toes. $24-0 Benet. What a start for the Red Wings. Kind of a horror start for De La Salle. You almost thought it was going to happen, but it's going to be 4th and 10. Ball at their own 20.
Punt team's back out. I mean, this is the right decision.
I mean, even if you went for it, you'd probably only get to the 30, so you got a long way to go to get a touchdown. There's more risk than reward if you go for it. And somehow was able to roll to the right. You know, Parter, if he had kept running, there was a slight chance he might have been able to get to the 30.
That was a great punt, by the way.
Yeah.
He had 3 or 4 guys in his face, rolls out right. I thought he was going to take off with it, but nice improvisation there and still manages to kick it past the 35-yard line.
Partner, I think he had a chance. If he had just put on the Jets, he could have dove for that 30-yard line and gotten the first.
I think as a punter, you almost have to take that opportunity.
Well,
It's
you're
like
down
one other time are you going to get that chance?
You ever seen Pat McAfee's highlights when he would do the fake punts and runs?
Yeah, he was definitely one of a kind being a punter.
You ever see the play where he just absolutely destroyed Tristan Holiday?
Yes, on that kickoff.
Now, Tristan Holiday, I think he was only 5'5".
Yeah, not a big guy. He was more of a track star, but
still, it was a heck of a hit by McAfee.
Punters are people too.
First and 10 for Clevenger, the Red Wing offense. Dangerous pass over the middle.
Nice play broken up there. That's C.J. Marshall in coverage on that one. Broke late on that slant route post. Would have been a first down.
You can get away with it against the Meteors, but when you play Mount Carmel and these other teams, that might be a pick six the other way.
Yeah, speaking of Mount Carmel, they're coming up on Bennett's schedule here in 2 weeks.
You'll be back here with us a couple of weeks from now.
I will be.
2nd and 10 for the Red Wings. Handoff up the middle. Salvino with space. Salvino past midfield. Flag on the play. Might be a face mask against the Meteors.
That's what I was thinking. That's just a crusher there. Already a huge run. 25 yards. Maybe add 15 to it.
Do you miss the days when we had the 5-yard and the 15-yard face mask, or do you like that it's now just 15 yards?
I think you got to go. Just make it the 15. It came out to be too, objective or too subjective.
Yeah.
Too subjective that, it's this or it's this. And then, you come down to end of the game and, you always have that call. Oh, well, it's supposed to be this, and everyone's up in arms. So keep it one way. That way nobody can complain. If it's face mask, it's clear and obvious.
Clevenger has time to run. He'll run up the middle with it. Just over pursuit, partner. Got to stay in your lane if you're the Meteors. Try to have maybe a middle linebacker spy on Clevenger at all times so he doesn't have the A-gap to run up.
Yeah, I'm thinking they have to make some type of adjustment because on every single play, Clevenger is left open to pretty much do whatever he wants.
Not only is he getting first downs, but he's going up the A-gap, the one gap you don't want to be giving up if you're a middle linebacker.
It's just so tough with the spread. 4 wide receivers.
Clevenger with time. He's going to go deep with it. Going to the end zone and overthrew his receiver. But at the same time, that probably should have been caught, Anthony.
Yeah, that's about as perfect of a throw as it's going to get in that situation. You had the receiver Erickson. He had his man beat by only a step or so. So he had to throw that thing over the defensive back, only to where his receiver can catch it. And I mean, tough catch, but just through the hands.
Second and 10 coming up for the Red Wings.
We did have a hold, so it's actually going to be 2nd and 20 for Bennett's offense.
If you're just joining us, shame on you. Where were you? Second thing, Benet Academy, every time they've had the ball tonight, they've scored for De La Salle, have not gotten a first down yet. And I'm sure that Harold Blackman said this could happen, guys. We could go 0-9 this year. How much do you love football? How much extra work are you looking to do in the offseason to make sure we don't go 0-9?
Yeah, it's about building that character. Wide open.
Yep. Erickson again.
Yeah, Erickson finding himself open on a lot of these routes. That time just kind of sitting down in the empty zone. Very quarterback friendly there for Clevenger.
Rolls outside the pocket as we watch it on replay. Yeah, way too much separation. You got to get more hands on him at the line of scrimmage, force him out to the sideline. That was way too easy for pitch and catch from Clevenger. 2nd and 2. Going nowhere fast. 3rd and short coming up.
Thinking Clevenger probably should have held on to that one. Defensive end had that one read really well. I believe that was Elijah Sirleaf on the tackle. But you saw in that last pass play, Clevenger rolling out and being able to throw on the run. That's that baseball mentality of being able to throw on that different arm angle.
3rd and 2. Clevenger backtracking, high pass. Look, Clevenger's been great tonight, but some passes, some hospital passes that either could have been picked off, and that one could have been deflected off his own wide receiver into a linebacker's hands for a pick 6.
Yeah, not a good ball there from Clevenger. A little high. I think he would have had it if it was right there in the gut. He was already running to it, but high ball. They're going to go for it, though. I think this is the right call.
Not surprised. You're up 24-0, 27-0. I don't think helps you very much. He'll get the first.
Yep, there's Doyle again. He's kind of their go-to guy. When you know you need a first down or, you need a spark, he's their guy.
So Anthony, it looks like the Red Wings are going to win tonight. Look, we got a long way to go, but we just haven't seen enough from De La Salle offensively to think that they can mount a major comeback. If you're Benet, is there such a thing as putting too much on tape for next week's game?
I do think, you're going to get to a point that you're going to start being into a little bit more of a skeleton offense. You're going to be in your 4 wides. I think you might start cutting down on your motions a little bit.
Doyle somehow got out of that. Stiff arm action from Doyle. Eyes the pylon and the goal line. Touchdown Doyle. Touchdown Benet. 30-0.
And that's their big athlete on their offense. Doyle there, another end around, this time to the other side, the wide side of the field. Makes a couple men miss. Good run. They almost had him stacked up there in the backfield, but Doyle does the rest.
If it's in butts where candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. They had him until they didn't. 14-yard touchdown run for Doyle, and Clevenger's day might be done soon.
Yeah, I got to figure Red Wings starters are probably going to be coming out of or not coming out for the second half.
They'll be coming out to the bench and opening up the orange slices and the juice boxes.
If it were the pros, they wouldn't even have their pads on.
Extra points good. We'll take a break. 31-0 Benet here on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Well,
sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home.
Working. 31-0 in favor of Benet here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Yeah, definitely your get-right game here for Benet. It's not like they've been overly bad. They won their first week's game. Last week, jumped out to the early start and then faded throughout the game. But this is kind of the offense that they had last year, averaging over 300 yards, explosive plays.
Shallow kick returned at the 11-yard line. Marshall with it. And a good return. And it was actually returned by Brown.
Yeah, I believe that was Amari Brown on that one. A little banged up on that one, too.
Right. Even when things are going well for De La Salle, now Brown is shaken up on the play. 31-0. You got to score quick, get the onside kick. Score quick again, then you're back in it, right, Anthony?
I think we talked about it earlier. I think when they were down 24 or 17-0, let's look for a first down. Start building those. Start getting some momentum. Hold the ball a little bit. And then we could look at getting them into the end zone.
Is it time to just use everything out of the playbook, the annexation of Puerto Rico, the hook and ladder?
No, I don't think so, especially here in the first half. I think, you still got to keep your players focused on the task at hand, understand that this is room for growth, that these stats still count, and for next year, this counts as well.
Oh, boy. Running back didn't have a chance there.
No, just not much going there. Not sure a single offensive lineman was able to hold their position on that run play.
Are you surprised they're sticking with the same look? One tailback next to the quarterback, another one right behind him?
Yeah, I really am. Literally, after I mentioned bringing that wing back up, they did it on the next play, and then I haven't seen it since. I just think that's going to open up a couple more options in the pass game to be able to throw that wing back out into the flat or something instead of just attacking the outsides. But I think you have to start airing it out.
I like it. Now they're switching it up. They've got one of the tailbacks behind the left tackle.
Corner blitz.
Yeah. Might be a fake. They might go back into coverage.
It's coming.
Late blitz. Just no chance that time. Trying to get it to Woodbury.
Yeah. The pursuit is just too much from the Red Wings defensive line for this De La Salle offense. I mean, they're lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on most of these run plays.
Guy initiating the tackle was Andrew DeLuca from Lyle Junior High. Third in the country mile, 3rd and 19. If you're wondering, it's running clock once we get to 40 points, but we can't start it till the second half. One in the backfield. One would think it's going to be a deep passing play here. I'll just hand it off up the middle. Still on his feet, Woodbury. Now, was he down? He got back up. I think he was down.
Yeah, I mean, some tough running there, but on 3rd and 19, going to be kind of hard to get there. Maybe thinking, hey, if we can get to the 30, we can go for it, but no, it looks like they are going to bring in the punt unit again.
Do you bring out Clevenger for one more series, or are you up enough points to consider going to the backup?
No, I think you bring in your starters again. Because here, you know, you still need these reps. You still got games to play throughout the season. You know, continue to build that confidence, especially after that tough loss last week. So I expect to see the starters at least for the first half. Then after that, probably not. See if we can get a better punt attempt here from De La Salle.
4th and 15. Good snap.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be a sack. No chance that time for De La Salle. On the punt attempt was 88, and a sack for Benet.
At that point, if you're Damon Reed, the kicker, do you try to throw it away almost instead of, because obviously he wasn't getting a kickoff, do you try to throw it away and not take that sack?
Yeah, because he was outside the tackle box, so if he got it to the line of scrimmage, it wouldn't be intentional grounding.
I guess the only question there is does your punter have an arm to get it to the line of scrimmage being, 15 or so yards back?
The other issue, too, if there's no eligible receiver, even if he gets it to the line of scrimmage, because it's not a passing play, so you don't have wide receivers downfield. It just didn't work out like most of the things tonight for De La Salle.
Here, the punt team hasn't been very clean all game, and then it finally happened.
1st and goal at the 7. Benet looking for the exclamation point. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Salvino. Touchdown, Red Wings. 37-0. And the fat lady is starting to warm up her vocal cords.
Yeah, starters were in on that play, Kyle. That might be their final snap of the night.
Impressive showing from Benet. Look, we all know the struggles for De La Salle. Had to cancel most of their football season last season. Anytime you put up 38 points, I don't care who you're playing, with 5:52 remaining in the second quarter, Bennett's got some talent. We'll find out how talented this team is a couple of weeks from now when they host Mount Carmel, but for now, it's looking great for Red Wing Nation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all these guys are out here with pads on. They're playing by the same rules. You still have to come out here and play, and that's what Bennett's doing tonight.
38-0. We'll take a break. It's all Red Wings here at Benedictine University Stadium. Remember, mute.
Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing ICO Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions.
Well, Anthony, Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said 38-0 lead for Benet, and we're not even at halftime yet.
Yeah, Mama was right on that one. You know, hey, these games still count. We still got a half and some change going for this game, so don't expect De La Salle to completely throw this one away. They got things to build on and grow.
Out to the right, Marshall, hesitation move, still on his feet. Let's talk about positives for De La Salle. Not turning the ball over, not fumbling the football. It's hard to win football games when you don't turn the ball over. That one pick, they made the adjustment. The issue is they can't throw picks because they're not throwing the ball as much.
Yeah, and I think, you know, how much trust do you have in your quarterbacks to air it out? You know, their starting quarterback, Vincent Miller, threw that early interception, and then they took him out. And we haven't seen Gold attempt, any more than 2 or 3 passes even in this game. So you kind of start to wonder if they even have that in their arsenal with Gold in at quarterback.
How about this, partner? 27 plays for Benet, 239 total yards.
And we're still in the first half, definitely looking like their offense last year. And a much better showing so far than the last 2 games.
More importantly, the running game for Benet has been excellent. 17 rushes for 138 yards. Handoff up the middle, still on his feet, getting closer to that first down marker.
Yeah, a little bit of room there. Probably Woodbury's best run of the night. Sets him up 2nd and 5. So, you know, just keep stringing plays like that together. Positive yards, positive plays, something to build off of if you're De La Salle.
Ball on the 36. Timeout De La Salle. We'll take a timeout as well. It's 38-0 Benet here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Illinois' top-ranked orthopedic and spine practice, Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, is now in Joliet. See a world-class specialist close to home. To be your best, see the best.
What do you think that Coach Blackman said coming out of that timeout, Mr. Collada?
You know, it's going to be along the message of, hey, keep going, boys. You know, I know it's not the season. I know it's not the game that we want, but you got to keep going. This is where your character builds. It's not about how you win, it's about how you lose. And, you know, you keep getting knocked down. You got to keep battling and fighting. Because like I said in the beginning, these are a lot of underclassmen. They're going to be looking to be out here on this field again next year.
Getting out to the outside, and Woodbury just couldn't do anything after he got to the edge.
No, strung out there, but, you know, still seeing that fight. He threw the one guy off with the stiff arm. And that's the biggest message, is just keep chugging along, try to build things for the remainder of the season.
If there's one thing that Benet has to work on, the completion percentage. Not great tonight, Anthony. Just 5 of 10 passing for Clevenger.
Yeah, and you would think that those numbers would be higher, especially with the amount of screen passes that they attempt. But there's been several times that he's dropped back to pass and actually ended up taking off and running as well.
And there's 2 rules of thought on that. A, is he going through his progressions and then running, or is he running too soon when a guy would be open? And that's going to cost you against Mount Carmel because you'd rather have a 20-yard completion than a 5-yard quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and in this game, when the 5-yard quarterback sneaks are turning into 20-yard touchdowns, you can live with that because the inside is so open. But a defense with a little bit more pursuit, it's not going to be the case.
3rd and 7, ball at the 24. High ball, almost caught, trying to get it that time to 11 of De La Salle. That's Philip Seltzer.
Yeah, actually a pretty good throw from Gold. Drops it right into the breadbasket of Seltzer there, but unable to hang on. Would have been the first down for the Meteors, but now instead it's 4th and long again, and the punt unit's back out on the field.
4 minutes to go, up 38-0. I would be kind of shocked if Clevenger went back out there.
I agree with you now.
Well, we talked about his completion percentage, 5 of 10. The good news is, Anthony, 101 yards passing, so that's over 20 yards passing per completion.
Yeah, they had the big deep ball. Actually, had 2 deep balls down the seam that took up a big chunk of those yards, but that really set the tone, especially on that first drive.
Another line drive kick. And Doyle, he could have gone after it knowing the score is 38-0, but wants to get game reps in a closer game and a better opponent. You're going to yell poison anyway, so just getting those game reps in to get that muscle memory going.
Yeah, communication, all of these things are still important aspects that both of these teams need to continue to focus on. This is still only week 3 that neither of these teams have played their best football to this point or are playing their best football. Right. So good stepping stone for Benet, but as the schedule gets tougher, this is where you clean up some of those things.
They would have loved to get a win last week because they have some tough opponents coming up, but got to move on. They were winning against Glenbard North and 41 unanswered points. They gave up 5 rushing touchdowns to the Red Wings in that game. Another nice run up the gut. If you're wondering why the score is as such, there are a couple reasons for that, but the main reason is this stat. It's very telling. Average yards per play for Benet, 8.9. For De La Salle, -1. Hard to win games when you're averaging -1 yards per play.
Yeah, it really is, and it's just so many of those are the running back being stopped at the line of scrimmage, loss of a yard here or there, and when you're constantly being left behind the sticks, it's so difficult to pick up first downs. Good pursuit there.
Yeah, got instant penetration. Seltzer started the play with the wrap-up on the tackle.
Edwards in on that tackle as well. He's been very active for the De La Salle defensive line.
Surprisingly, Clevenger's still out there for this 3rd down play. And one would think that Coach New is just telling him any kind of pressure that you get into, just take the sack or give yourself up. Don't try to get hurt. And if you're going to run with it, try to get out of bounds.
Yeah, you start to get into that conversation of let's leave this thing healthy.
Good pitch and catch to the sideline.
That's Ben Albert again. They like him on those short, intermediate routes to help get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick.
It was 24-0 Benet after the first quarter. They've scored 2 touchdowns this quarter. Looking to go for over 40 to start this game. Reminds me of that dreaded Bears-Packers game on Sunday Night Football. We'll talk about it after this play. Handoff off the left tackle. Anthony, do you remember it? It was during the 2014 season.
I'm sure I do, but I definitely chose to forget that one.
Packers were leading the Bears 42-0 at halftime during the awesome Mark Trestman era.
Oh, yeah. Those were the good old days. And it almost still feels like the team hasn't changed despite all the
no 42-0 deficits.
Not yet. It's only been 1 week. I'm hoping for better. I really am, but we'll see.
There's Albert again. You surprised that Clevenger's still out there? I think he's gotten enough game reps to get ready for next week.
Yeah, and he actually I think at this point he's just trying to get that completion percentage up that you were knocking him on for being 50%. 3 straight completions there. Definitely going to help that out. You know, I mentioned probably start of halftime. He's not going to be back out there. Still thinking that's going to be the case. I actually didn't expect him out this series. So
3rd and 2. Need to get inside the 30, but up by 38 points. I think they're thinking 6. I don't even think they're thinking 3. Fumbled snap. How about this? That's when you know it's your night. Fumbled snap, and he got a couple of yards to the running back on the play who wasn't supposed to get the ball.
Yep, just the kind of night that it is. You know, we've seen a few rolled snaps from De La Salle's side, and then the Red Wings finally do one, and it turns into a first down for them. So it's just one of those nights.
Sometimes it's your night, sometimes it's not your night. Did you watch that game, by the way? The Dodgers were no-hitting the Orioles. They were up 3-0, and then the Orioles scored 4 runs at the bottom of the ninth.
Well, was that the one that Pajes should have robbed or at least tried to rob the home run?
Over the middle.
Pass interference.
Now, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be pass interference or illegal contact because it didn't look like a catchable ball.
Well, and you could almost even make the argument that the feet got tangled up, but, you know, flag came in. I definitely don't see him picking it up. Called holding, actually.
Over the middle. It's definitely not a catchable ball.
Wasn't thinking holding
no, it looked
either,
like illegal
but
contact.
yeah.
Regardless, they cheated.
Nonetheless, first down again for Benet.
We just need to know what type of cheating it was. The official had 3 options of cheating, and he picked option C. 1st and 10. It's not a spot foul at the high school level, by the way. 1st and 10 inside the 25 with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, you have to think Red Wings are thinking touchdown, if nothing else, field goal to get that running clock for the second half.
Clevenger will roll to the left. Good throw on the run as Diamede gets out of bounds. They got 3 timeouts, by the way, so the clock is not their enemy right now.
That was a phenomenal route by Jake Getz. Really sold that he was running it down to the end zone, broke hard on that comeback, and came back to the ball, being very quarterback friendly for Clevenger to be able to hit him on the sideline. Inside the 10 now.
Yeah, 1st and goal at the 8.
And he was able to get out of bounds, so they're able to take their time as the ball gets set up here.
Four wide receivers set, 1 in the backfield. It is all Benet tonight. Clevenger will roll to the right. It's going to be a nice pitch and catch touchdown to Doyle, 44-0.
Yep, and there's that guy again, Kyle. It's just such an easy concept route there. Roll the quarterback out to the wide side and get your fast guy out into the flat in front of his defender. Man-to-man coverage is so hard to keep up with him.
This is impressive, 44-0. Now 9 of 15 passing for Clevenger for 139 yards. They've scored 20 points thus far in the quarter. Just go for 2.
He was 4 of 5 on that drive after you were ripping on him.
He must have heard me, right? He's got the phone
down
at the sideline. Who's this Kyle Smith? Who gave him the accolades?
I'll show him, and he did. 4 completions led him right down the field.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going off the stats. Should be a chip shot for Conway. Straight through the uprights, 45-0. What do you do if you're De La Salle? Do you just take a knee after you return the ball?
Yeah, probably. But, you know, what's that going to do for you? You're risking maybe turning it over, but you haven't been able to move the ball anyways. Maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe you can break one, and things change like that going into halftime if you're De La Salle.
Special teams has been good for De La Salle. They almost have 20 yards per return. They have 5 returns for 97. It's not all bad.
Yeah, and granted, it was a punt return last game, but Benet did allow a return on special teams last week, so, you know, could be susceptible to that. I would, if I'm De La Salle, look into maybe some type of reverse or a misdirection. But I think they have their blockers too far up.
Going to be returned at the 3-yard line. Marshall goes up the middle, now to the right. Marshall past the 40.
And there it was.
So Parter, they got 2 timeouts left. You can definitely throw it over the middle if you want. Got to get to at least the 30 to even consider a field goal.
I definitely think you have to air it out. With only 10 seconds, you're looking at 2, maybe 3 plays.
You don't have to go out of bounds. You can just give yourself up and call a timeout.
But I think, that kick return is exactly why you don't just take a knee here. Because who knows, a spark could come at any time.
Got to get a quick passing play. Sideline is your friend. As you can see, Benet guarding it.
There's single coverage on the outside.
One in motion, that's Seltzer. I am shocked by this.
Very shocked. I mean, it's not a quarterback knee, but it's about as close as you're going to get going into halftime.
That's their best field position. Look, they're not going to win this game. I would have liked to see throw something over the middle. I understand if you throw it there, it could be picked off. Is there really a difference between 52-0 and 45-0? I know they haven't done well passing the ball. They were 0 of 4 passing for 0 yards, obviously, going into that play. But I don't know. I would have liked to see them be aggressive there.
Yeah, and I understand, you have your identity, and if it's running the football, but being down 45-0, these are some of the perfect times. Let's try to throw the ball. Let's see what we have in our quarterback and our receivers, right. And hopefully they can make that halftime adjustment and start trying some things.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll give you some halftime analysis. You're watching SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. I don't think you hit transition on.
Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions. With Richards Building Supply, get the personalized attention you deserve and need. Take advantage of incredible first-time user incentives. Gain discounted access to a host of our industry's most reputable marketing tools through a Roof Pro membership. And that's just the beginning. Don't believe us? Let us show you. IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family. At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Illinois' top-ranked orthopedic and spine practice, Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, is now in Joliet. See a world-class specialist close to home. To be your best, see the best.
WhySoccer.com? We've been right by your side for over 40 years with the Soccer.com advantage. Unmatched selection and expertise. Free shipping on footwear and the 30-day wear test. Save up to 10% on every purchase and join the millions of Gold Club members in the Soccer.com community with a Gold Club membership, the longest-running soccer rewards program in the U.S. Delivering the game since 1984. Shop Soccer.com.
We're known as Levin Tire, but we're so much more than just a tire dealer. At Levin Tire and Service Center, we do oil changes, brakes, alignments, engine and electrical work, and much more. And of course, we're the best choice for tires, with a wide variety from the industry's most trusted manufacturers. Plus, you'll get customer service like a small business with pricing better than a national chain. Visit one of our 6 locations today. We're more than just tires. Levin Tire and Service Center, since 1918, earning your trust one day at a time.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
A deal for me?
A deal for everyone!
15 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Stop what you're doing. If your SBS broadcast looks blurry on your laptop or desktop, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon at the bottom right of your screen. Then click on Quality. Click on the highest quality that's available for you. And number 3, wait for your laptop to load and enjoy the broadcast. If your broadcast looks blurry on your phone or tablet, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon located at the top right of your screen. Number 2, click on Advanced. And number 3, click on the highest quality available. If you're still having issues, type in the live chat. Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions. With Richards Building Supply, get the personalized attention you deserve and need. Take advantage of incredible first-time user incentives. Gain discounted access to a host of our industry's most reputable marketing tools through a Roof Pro membership. And that's just the beginning. Don't believe us? Let us show you. IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Postgame Show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
We're known as Levin Tire, but we're so much more than just a tire dealer. At Levin Tire and Service Center, we do oil changes, brakes, alignments, engine and electrical work, and much more.
How's it going, everybody? Kyle Smith alongside Anthony Collada. 45-0 Benet. Let's give credit where credit is due. Ben Clevenger, he was on a mission tonight, Anthony. 3 rushing touchdowns. He's the leading Benet rusher of 60 yards rushing in that first half, 139 yards passing. Excellent job by Ben Clevenger. I know that De La Salle is not Mount Carmel. I get it. But you can't help who's on your schedule.
No, exactly. You have to play who lines up across from you every single play. And Clevenger, he's doing a very good job of just taking what the defense is giving him, playing within the flow of the offense, and seeing the field really well. He's found a lot of open spaces throughout the defensive line to break off very big runs. So I don't expect to see him back out onto the field here in the second half just because being up 45-0. But I think after the struggles of last week, especially in the second half, this was everything and more that you wanted out of this Benet offense.
So it'll be Benet to kick off to De La Salle. It's been a struggle, to say the least, for De La Salle. They had 0 yards passing in that first half. It's hard to win games when you have 0 yards passing. But that was the first half. Will we see something crazy? Will we see a Frank Reich-esque comeback? If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll talk about it after this kickoff. Little squib kick. That's a live ball, by the way, until it goes out of bounds. Returned at the 10. And they do not get it to the 20.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Like De La Salle hasn't had bad field position all night. I think this is their worst, and it came on the shortest of kicks. I will say I think Benet got away with an offsides there. But nonetheless, the Meteors take back over. And you mentioned that Frank Wright comeback. What was that, 2 or 3 years ago now, Kyle?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the when he played for the Bills.
Oh,
and they were down 35-3 to Warren Moon and the Houston Oilers. They won that game 41-38 at halftime at old Ralph Wilson Stadium. And I say old because this is the last year of Ralph Wilson Stadium. They'll get into their new building next season. They'll be 1st and 10, or did they call a holding call? It's now 1st and 8 on the Jumbotron.
Jumbotron guys, he's in a 45-0 kind of lull right now. it is 1st and 10.
Rolling out to the left.
Finally a passing attempt at least.
And did he get that ball off before he threw it? No.
Yeah, at that point, throw it away. You're already out of the pocket. You really only have to flip it, honestly. But that's the perils of a young quarterback. Not exactly being familiar. He didn't even start this game, so a learning curve there. I mean, here you still see the professional quarterbacks make mistakes like that. So, but what was the Colts game that I was thinking of 2 or 3 years ago?
Right,
that Hail Mary.
Yeah, no. Remember, Frank Reich got fired by the Colts. So Jeff Saturday was coaching the Colts. They were up 33-0, and the Vikings came back, led by Captain
right.
Kirk.
It was the Vikings.
That did end Jeff Saturday's short tenure as the head coach of the Colts.
Yeah, that move never made a whole lot of sense to begin with Saturday being that coach, but
obviously the Colts thought so too because they moved on after the season was over. 3rd 17. Now, De La Salle lost 55-0, but Anthony, they were down 55-0 at halftime, so it's possible Benet will put in the backup quarterback and maybe run some victory formations. Nobody wants to beat a team 70-0.
No, I mean, it gets to a point, like I said, Bennett's seen what they need to see. Expect the reserves to come in, lots of running the ball, playing out the play clock, which I just noticed does not run.
This is going to be a running play for the backup quarterback.
I think that goes down as the longest run of the game for De La Salle. It comes from the backup quarterback, Arian Gold. See, and this is just why I'm curious of why we didn't see them dropping back to pass more often in the first half. Not only does, it gives less defenders to come up and make a stop, but it gives your quarterback an option to get out of the pocket and use his legs to pick up yards.
We've seen them in practice. They have 2 quarterbacks they like to use, Gold and Vincent Miller, get outside the pocket and make plays. Even Lamar Jackson, he has improved on his pocket passing, but what makes him great is rolling outside the pocket. Josh Allen, the game has changed. We all love Kurt Warner, but those days are slowly but surely dying. It's all about getting outside the pocket, being able to make plays.
Well, and it makes it easier on the quarterback, too. You're essentially cutting off half the field. Uh-oh.
4th and 7. That was actually a wise decision to not catch it, as it'll be better field position for Benet.
Yeah. But, with the rollouts, it cuts off half that field. It allows the quarterback to get into space and really see what they're working with. I'm just surprised it's taken this long for us to start seeing it out of De La Salle.
Yeah, too little, too late. What do you have to lose? Once you're down 31-0, yeah, you don't want to throw a pick six. But once you're down 31-0, the game is pretty much over.
Right.
At that point, you're trying to try new things, get a sense of rhythm, a sense of confidence. Confidence is so key. When you have it, it is hard to beat the other team. And vice versa. When you have it, it's hard to beat them.
Yeah.
So
all the backups are in here for Benet. But, like you said with the confidence, that was taken away from De La Salle almost right away. With, the second or third play right down the seam that almost resulted in a touchdown.
So they're going to go to the backup quarterback is Benet. In its quarterback now is Diamede. That's Luca Diamede's brother. He will graduate in 2028 from Washington Junior High. They didn't have to do a lot offensively in terms of passing the ball. Their leading receiver in Albert had 3 catches for 56 yards in that first half.
Big catches, though.
Yeah.
First downs that allowed them to continue the drives and put up the points that they've put up. These are valuable snaps because a lot of these kids, probably underclassmen, that, they got to put some tape on for the coaches to say, hey, I deserve a spot not only next year, but throughout this season as well.
Yeah, we've seen them use some freshmen, have the varsity players, and varsity team De La Salle has. 3rd and 2 at the 15. They're probably just going to go for it the rest of the night. No need to use Conway the rest of the night.
I will say I was very impressed with Conway. I think that might be one of the better high school kickers I've seen.
Diamede, maybe not the right decision to roll to the right. This time he'll throw it away, and how about that? Inbounds, touchdown. And just not the greatest coverage by De La Salle. Diamede has nowhere to throw. The only place he had to throw was near the sideline, and he still completed it for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, here, give the credit to where it's due. Diamede able to avoid the rush, get out of the pocket, and make a phenomenal throw on the run. But with Luke Crowder open in the end zone, man-to-man coverage, it is very hard for that long and actually called back.
Yeah, late call.
But yeah,
I'm going to watch a replay one more time here because I think it was actually a touchdown. Now, are they going to call a penalty on the play?
But in man coverage, it is so hard to stick with the receiver for that long, especially coming across the field.
Close call. Did he have both feet in? In high school, you only need one.
Sure looked like he had feet in.
Might be a penalty as the ball's placed past the 20.
It was a 3rd and 12. Another flag.
This is coming against the Red Wings. And Diamede, dangerous play, ran into contact. Be a hold against Benet.
I'm really surprised to see them throwing the ball, but I suppose with the backup quarterback, let him get his reps as well.
You never know if you need to use them. Once upon a time, Kurt Warner and Tom Brady were backups, as was Jake Delhomme.
Diamede actually a little bit bigger than the starting quarterback, Clevenger, standing at 6'1", 170. Looks to be pretty athletic back there as well, able to move around.
That's now 2 penalties for 17 yards against Benet. Scored 24 points in the first quarter, 21 in the second.
See, and I understand, 45-0 running clock. We're already at the 4-minute mark in the third, but the penalties, you can't have back-to-back penalties that set you up 3rd and 22. That's how you allow teams back in the game.
Right, and obviously these won't be the players that will be playing against Mount Carmel and other teams that they'll be playing later on in the season, Nazareth Academy, you name it. But 4th down, no need to kick as this game is well out of reach. They'll go for it, see what Diamede can do. He had a touchdown, but it was called back on a penalty. Probably a touchdown that shouldn't have happened in the first place. He was trying to throw the ball away. And
I'm sitting here calling for him to throw it away, and it ended up in the hands of the receiver in the end zone.
Right. Crowder caught it. 4th 11, ball in the 23. They can still get a couple more first downs before they have to score a touchdown. This time they'll hand it off. Breaks off a tackle. Close. Where will they spot it? It was a handoff to Eide.
Looks like they're going to give it to him, Kyle.
Not that it matters. I think it was short, though.
They are. Another first down.
That's when you know it's not your night if you're a De La Salle fan. When they're not even trying to get the first down, they're trying to give Eide some reps.
Yeah, Eide, a freshman. Sorry.
Sophomore.
Yep.
I was told there would be no math today.
Yeah, I went to school for communications, Kyle.
You know, I was watching a documentary the other day, and the guy said, you know, I don't reckon to be a college student. And I was like, well, now we know that you didn't go to college. 2nd and 2, ball at the 5. What do you want to run here with Diamede?
I think a little read option. You know, let's see his decision-making process on that. This time he just hands it off, and nice and simple and easy.
Up 51-0 if they give him the touchdown. I haven't seen the signal yet.
Just short.
If they score, they'll probably go for 2.
But it was a first down. The ball was at the 12 or 13-yard line, so down to the 1 allows them a new set of downs. Not that they're probably going to need 4 to punch it in, but I'd expect them to keep it on the ground.
Hand off to the left side. Touchdown, Red Wings, as they got it to their tailback in Minor. He'll graduate in May. Played his prep ball at All Saints Catholic Academy. 51-0. What a showing by the Red Wings. "27 rushes for 188 yards, making now 189 yards.
Yeah, and that's just setting the tone offensively. Clevenger did it at the quarterback position, and then, Salvino, and now you're starting to get in these backups that it doesn't really matter who's toting the rock. They're picking up positive gains on every play.
So clock stops on the touchdown, so it'll be a good snap. Hold, the kick is there by Conway. What a night he has had. 52-0. We stick with the action. Now, De La Salle has not scored a single point all year.
You know they're playing for pride. They don't want to continue to get shut out. They want to see points up on that board. Whether, I know it doesn't mean a whole lot for this game, but coming into next week and being able to get that theoretical monkey off your back, finally have the points on the board, those are things that you can now build on.
Have yourself a day. Eide coming off the bench, 4 rushes for 27. The kick returns have been good for De La Salle today. Marshall has 6 returns for 122 yards, including a long of 39. Can he take one to the house to finally get De La Salle off the schneid and get him onto the scoreboard?
Well, I think he has shown the most explosiveness, so I would definitely, keep your eyes peeled for that, though, because it's going to – we've seen him get close on a couple of attempts, so –
looking for their first passing yards of the day. 0 of 5 passing with a pick.
I think you have to keep slinging it, though.
Little chip kick. And that'll go out of bounds. Kind of surprising they did that, Anthony. What do you think?
Yeah, I am too. We saw the little bit of a pooch kick on the last one that pinned him inside the 20. I mean, if that's what you're going for again, that's okay, but I'm just not sure what the emphasis is on having to pin him behind the 20 at this point.
I know that Marshall has some speed, but you're going to play other teams that have speed on kick return. You're going to have to stay within your lanes and pursue, not over-pursue and make tackles. You don't want to do squib kicks and chip kicks the rest of the night. That'll do it for the quarter. 1 quarter remaining. It's all Red Wings, 52-0 here at Benedictine Stadium.
We have a first quarter coming up.
Now this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Stop what you're doing. If your SBS broadcast...
They
52-0 in favor of Benet Academy. De La Salle has the ball at the 35 because the ball went out of bounds. Fourth quarter will start momentarily as a new Red Wing out on the field, as that is Giovanni Sanderlin. High snap, handoff. He'll go up the middle with it. Woodbury and a nice gain. They almost got the first.
Yeah, now in at quarterback, Patrick Sheehan, listed as a linebacker and a running back.
Today, De La Salle has 17 rushes for 18 yards. Benet, 28 rushes for 189.
Yeah, that's just a tough number, especially, for the running back Woodbury, man. He's been running hard, breaking tackles, fighting through initial contact, just unable to find any room down the field and get to the second level.
2nd and 1. Don't go anywhere, the post-game show. And that'll be a timeout called by De La Salle. We'll stick with the action. Anthony, we like to do the 3 stars of the game at SBS. Who are your 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sports Broadcast?
Yeah, I think you have to start with Ben Clevenger. A couple rushing touchdowns, a couple more through the air, just in full control of the game on his side. Then with that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and give it to his receiver, Luke Doyle. 2 touchdowns. Just their talent, his speed is just game-changing, and that was shown here tonight against De La Salle. And then giving it to a De La Salle player on their defensive line here. Who was it that he was creating havoc all night long? Remy Edwards, big 6'4" defensive lineman. He made a couple big stops in the run game, and when you have to set the tone, that defensive line is what gets you going.
Remy Edwards, not lethal on the stat sheet, but terrible snap. Oh, boy. Going the wrong way fast. And after all that, gets past the original line of scrimmage. Something out of Little Giants on that play. And an injury on the field. You hate to see it. Kind of the story of De La Salle this year. They gained positive yards on the play, but unfortunately an injury on the play. So we will take a break. It is 52-0 Benet here on SBS.
A deal for me?
A deal for everyone.
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Anthony, who was the injured meteor on that play?
Yeah, that was Ian Allwood, defensive lineman, tight end for De La Salle. They were rubbing his calves and stretching that out, so it looked like maybe some cramping going on there. Hopefully nothing too serious. We mentioned the short rosters. You got these kids playing all these snaps.
Be 3rd and 9 for the Meteors. That's what's so tough when you have low numbers. Got to play on both sides of the ball. Eventually you get tired. It's been a hot night tonight. It's over 80 degrees, even as we get closer to 10 o'clock. Not another bad snap. Back-footed throw, and that's completed. First down of the night for the Meteors. Better late than never.
Yeah, how about that throw there from Sheehan, staying in the pocket and delivering a good ball right across the middle.
Now they just need to score here. 2 plays or less, then an onside kick, then 3 plays or less, another onside kick, you're back into the game.
Yeah.
I kid, of course. But look, let's get off the schneid here. In fact, I'm kind of rooting for De La Salle on this play. Let's see if they get the ball in the end zone.
I mean, here, they're due. 2 3/4 worth of games, and still no points up on the board. They got just over 9.5 left to do it.
Okay, getting closer. Near the 41. Fun night if you're a Benet fan. Doesn't get much better than a 52-0 lead with 9:24 to go.
No, but, it's still pretty much all business down here on this Benet sideline. Not a whole lot going on. Now you're starting to get some hugs, but otherwise, it's still laser focus on this game.
Do these Benet defenders know that De La Salle hasn't scored a point all season? Is it up to them? Do they have bragging rights on the line to try to keep them out of the end zone, or because you're up 52-0, you don't really care about that stuff?
See, if I was out there, I would take it to heart a little bit. Say, hey, why does it have to be our defense that you score against? So I think there's pride in that, and that tackle for loss definitely displays that.
Hard to be a running back when you're on your back right when you get the ball. Nowhere to run that time for Woodbury.
Yeah, it makes for a very long evening.
20 rushes for 11 yards.
Yeah, he's fighting. Just nowhere to go tonight.
That'll make it 3rd and 11 for the Meteors.
De La Salle's receiver's a little off sides at the top. Looking at getting the signal.
Oh, no, okay, good, he's onside.
Got him there.
Oh, boy, that was something out of Pop Warner football. There we go. Get outside now.
Check with the referee.
Sheehan with a clean pocket. Up for grabs, that ball is. I'm not sure if that was a fade route or a comeback route.
Yeah, it was, I think, maybe a jump ball. Because the receiver actually had his defender beat. The receiver out there, Seltzer, had the corner beat, and the corner didn't have a read on the ball, but just unable to drop it in there. Another 4th down. 4th and 11.
With that running clock, this might be De La Salle's last chance on offense to score a touchdown. Sheehan, pressured and forced to the left. He'll run with it himself, and that's a sack for the Red Wings and the story of the night for the Meteors.
Yeah, just, no time back there. Had to bail out of the pocket immediately, and when you have to pick up 11 yards, your receivers are already so far down the field that retreating 10 yards, it's going to be very hard to get that ball down there.
If you're Benet, do you run any more plays to give Diomede some reps, or do you just go into victory formation and have yourself a night?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to run a couple of run plays. I don't think you're going to be able to take 4 knees and take this all the way down.
I guess 3 knees and a punt if you wanted to do that.
I just don't see the need to even give the ball back to De La Salle. You have enough confidence in your run game to be able to pick up 1, maybe 2 first downs. That's all you're going to need.
Special teams was very good for the Meteors tonight. Other than
some
that,
decent returns out of Remy Edwards, or not Remy Edwards, C.J. Marshall. Yeah. You know, almost broke that one right before halftime.
Punt game was good. Problem is you don't want to be punting the football. You want to keep that offense out there.
Late pull.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this sack. Maybe that's a confidence builder for next week. Nice sack by Paris Morris Jr.
Yeah, he took Diomede for a ride there, whipped him around a couple of times before finally bringing him down to the turf.
This stuff happens, though, partner. I always think of we're on to Cincinnati. Bill Belichick's famous words during the 2014 season. Here's a handoff to the right side.
Yeah,
he's a little guy, but he can get to the outside.
Ben Johnson kind of had his own little we're on to Cincinnati moment in the press conference yesterday. They asked him about the failed kickoff that didn't result in the touchback, and he kind of let the reporter have it a little bit, like, can we be done talking about this, you know, on to next week type thing. So, you know, that's going to be the mindset for De La Salle. You know, you did a couple of things here that you could take with you to next game, plenty to learn from, and go on to next week.
This stuff happens, partner, even at the NFL level. I think of that Cardinals team that went to the Super Bowl. They lost their last 3 games. They went from 9-4 to 9-7, and then they went on their magical run. The season can turn at the snap of the fingers, either good or bad, and it's the way you deal with adversity will define yourself as a football team.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why these games, or you know, these reps in these types of games still matter for these players. Confidence. You know, you find something on tape that, hey, you know, that's something we could build off of now. So, you know it's a blowout, but these snaps count.
High snap. Something that Bennett's got to work on. He wanted in rhythm, a little bit high, and allowed the pursuit to come there. There's Paris Jr. again for De La Salle. Anything that you saw from Benet that they need to work on, like we previously talked about earlier in the broadcast? Clevenger started off a little shaky, just 5 of 10 passing, and then he got into a rhythm late in the first half.
Yeah, you know, obviously it's kind of hard to nitpick in a 52-0 game, but I think they were stacked up a little bit in the backfield a couple of times on some of their runs. Obviously you're going to start getting a little less creative in your play calls, but you know, a little bit more pressure from the interior that, you know, obviously you could always clean up the inside of your football team. So
3rd and very long.
But I think Clevenger showed very good touch with the deep ball. He was able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. So all of those things are definitely positives to build off of, and then obviously using his legs. So if you can kind of incorporate that running game, you've got a good running back in Joe Salvino who runs really hard. Couple that with Clevenger's dual threat.
Run it out to the outside as it's a nice handoff over to Idy.
Yeah,
Idy is also a hockey player for Benet. I'm sorry, you were saying, pardon?
Idy's looked impressive in his mop-up role as the running back. You said he played hockey too. You know, he's tough. That's a different breed.
4th and 4. Wouldn't that be something if Benet wants to pass the ball here and De La Salle's first score of the year is a pick 6?
That would definitely be something. Not thinking they're going to air this one out.
No,
though.
Probably a run to the right. Hand off to the left, and that'll be the first down and more. De La Salle has timeouts, but I think they'll just let Benet go into victory formation.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that's about what time it is. Should be able to get it down to nothing with 3 knees.
Anthony, who was your player of the game for the Red Wings?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Ben Clevenger, right? You know, several deep balls, a couple touchdowns through the air. He added a couple with his legs. Just in full command, especially on that last drive. You know, we talked about him struggling, only 50%, and then that last drive was able to complete, 4 of his 5 passes and, you know, really display the talent that he has with his arm.
Interesting. way to take a knee. They do the shotgun, take a knee. I mean, when you run shotgun the entire game because it's a spread offense, going under center can sometimes be a struggle.
Yeah, it just shows you they don't practice that. And, you know, a lot of high schools, they will be primarily in the shotgun, and then when it does come to knee time, they will go under center. But if you're more comfortable this way, especially, there's no need to risk a fumble or a mishap.
So Benet scores 45 points in the first half, 7 in the second half. And that will be the last play of the game, 52-0. Final thoughts of the game, Anthony. This is something we thought was going to happen. We were hoping it could be a game, but it's going to be a struggle for De La Salle, and they might go 0-9 this season.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, that's just kind of the reality of the situation for them, having to forfeit your whole, over half your season last year. You got a bunch of underclassmen, new kids in your football organization. So, yeah, it's going to be a big learning curve for them. However, on the flip side, Benet, they came out, especially after a tough loss last week, they came out and they kept their foot on the gas the entire game. And this was something we talked with Clevenger about before the game, that they knew that they had the power over this organization, but it was important that they came out and kept their foot to the ground for the entirety of the game.
That does it for our in-game broadcast. Me or Anthony will go downstairs for the post-game interview, but for now, for our excellent crew, for Santiago Barbin, for Chris Angela, for Anthony Collada, Hayden Bales, and the rest of our crew, we'll see you next time on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Now this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The best things in life are sweet and free, too, especially when they come from Chicago's own Sweet Amanda B's. Today, we're celebrating the iconic bakery's 20th birthday.
Happy
Look, a day over 10.
A deal for me?
A deal for everyone.
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Stop what you're doing. If your SBS broadcast looks blurry on your laptop or desktop, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon at the bottom right of your screen. Then click on quality. Click on the highest quality that's available for you. And number 3, wait for your laptop to load and enjoy the broadcast. If your broadcast looks blurry on your phone or tablet, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon located at the top right of your screen. Number 2, click on advanced. And number 3, click on the highest quality available. If you're still having issues, type in the live chat. Thanks and enjoy the game.
Now, this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Now, this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Postgame Show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen O'Connor and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot and a goal. So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Do you expect experienced, professional, and personalized attention from your building supply partnerships? You should. Are you getting the specific attention you need to help your business grow? You can. Introducing IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply. As a professional small business, you need real solutions to achieve your desired growth outcomes. This requires more than sample boards, pricing, and on-time delivery, which sets the bar too low. You need more. To grow and win in this ultra-competitive environment, you need ultra-competitive solutions. With Richards Building Supply, get the personalized attention you deserve and need. Take advantage of incredible first-time user incentives. Gain discounted access to a host of our industry's most reputable marketing tools through a Roof Pro membership. And that's just the beginning. Don't believe us? Let us show you. IHSA Roof Pro and Grow through Richards Building Supply.
A deal for me? A deal for everyone.
17 East Van Buren Street, Joliet, Illinois.
Now this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
WhySoccer.com? We've been right by your side for over 40 years with the Soccer.com advantage. Unmatched selection and expertise. Free shipping on footwear and the 30-day wear test. Save up to 10% on every purchase and join the millions of Gold Club members in the Soccer.com community with a Gold Club membership, the longest-running soccer rewards program in the U.S. Delivering the game since 1984. ShopSoccer.com. WhySoccer.com? We've been right by your side for over 40 years with the Soccer.com advantage. Unmatched selection and expertise. Free shipping on footwear and the 30-day wear test. Save up to 10% on every purchase and join the millions of Gold Club members in the Soccer.com community with a Gold Club membership, the longest-running soccer rewards program in the U.S. Delivering the game since 1984. ShopSoccer.com.